What is up, everyone? This is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? Shoot. Sorry for taking my time getting down here. I had some issues. I'm still sick as fuck. I probably have the COVID. Um, Not really. I probably don't, but no, I'm still sick, so I'm kind of slow. And I worked a little late last night. And I was sore, so a lot of issues before I got up this morning. Apparently. Mm. But I'm here now. All right. Um. So today's show outlines pretty much this. I got another update on the Kansas City Chiefs fan, the boy who got accused by Deadspin and what was it Carl J. Phillips or something like that is his name. I'm kind of forgetting him, honestly. Anyways, oh yeah, Karan J. Phillips. Accused of doing blackface at a Kansas City Chiefs. Turns out he wasn't doing blackface. He was representing his team and wearing their colors on his face, like a lot of sports fans do. Got a little update. It's not something like a huge revelation or anything like that. It's just something that was, that's just an additional funny thing that, proves how idiotic Deadspin and their senior writer is. And then Elon speaks. If I remember, I don't know if this is a correct video, but we'll see if it is. But Elon talks about advertisers and their attempts to blackmail him into, basically doing what they want on his platform. He gives them a big middle finger. And then, we got a little additional thing when it comes to X that we'll talk about involving DOJ. And then Florida students stage a walkout after transgender sports controversy. We'll look into that. Apparently, in Minneapolis, there was hundreds of dangerous vagina tightening syringes seized at the airport. We'll check that out. And a Texas school district was removed from multiple positions. School positions, people don't get dirty, including oversight of sex ed. And then we not only do we have an article on it, we also got a quick video. So we'll read both, watch one, or read one, watch the other. And then we'll watch a couple more self-defense videos. One is a custody dispute, and the other, it's not really a self-defense thing. It's really just one badass cop who drops an active shooter with one shot. And then Mayor Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, blames the city's migrant crisis on the far right, January 6th, and not accepting the Civil War outcome. I am on the edge of my seat, ready to figure out how the fuck you made that leap. All right. That's the plan for today's outline of today's show. Before I do anything, let me make sure my audio is good. It is, but I like to double check because I'm paranoid, and I've had it happen a couple times where it turns out okay. I've had it happen a couple times where all of a sudden, some reason, and I'm not even knowing it, my audio's fucked up. All right. It sounds good. So we're good. All right. But if the audio's ever bad, make sure you're watching this. Let me know. I got a new thing. I can turn up my volume on my mic and everything. All fancy and shit. But yeah. All right. Before I get started, make sure you check out Coffee Brand Coffee. My links are in the description. Referral code and the coupon code. That's what I'm currently drinking. I'm drinking my French toast flavored coffee from Coffee Brand Coffee. It is delicious, and you all should give it a shot. And if you don't like coffee, but you like something nice and warm, especially since it's winter, they have tea and hot chocolates. Check it out. And then they have snacks, nuts, and saltwater taffy. And then let's see. And then make sure that you check out my, check me out on at official W Ghost on X. Since we are talking about X, check me out there. Give me a follow. It's the best way to figure out when I'm going live and everything of that nature. And you can see my various tweets. I'm starting to get a little more into Twitter. Hopefully, will cause people to gravitate to my show if they like what I'm saying. And then follow me on Rumble, rumble.com/withghost, and rumble.com/gamingwithghost is my two Rumble channels. Speaking of Rumble, they just filed a defamation lawsuit, I believe it was. You know what? I'm not even gonna guess. Let me look it up because I retweeted it. Let's just do this real quick. It's really important. I think everyone should support Rumble as much as they can. Did I really? Sometimes I fucking hate Twitter. Or was this like forever ago? It was. Okay. So for some reason, I did not. I thought I tweeted it. All right. That's annoying. There we go. So Rumble files a federal defamation lawsuit. This lawsuit opens up another front in the ongoing war against censorship, much like X-File recent filed suit against Media Matters and True Social lawsuit against 20 major media outlet companies. You know what? Fuck it. Calling an audible. We'll read this lawsuit. So this is Rumble's lawsuit against Watchdog Group, apparently. Against co-founders of purported Watchdog Group. So Rumble, the video sharing platform and cloud service provider, NASDAQ RUM, RUM, filed a lawsuit today in federal court in Florida against two co-founders of a purported watchdog organization. Rumble sued Nadia Yame and Claire Atkins, co-founders of Check My Ads, a 501c3 tax-exempt corporation that routinely targets news outlets and platforms that do not adhere to their political worldview. It also named as defendant are John Doe's number 1 through 10, as yet to be identified individuals who helped prepare and publish defamatory information on their website. Rumble is represented by the law firm of Claire Lockett, LLP, which is among the foremost defamation and First Amendment litigators in the United States. As an unapologetic free speech platform, Rumble's mission is to provide all content creators and users a place to speak and listen and debate freely, regardless of their political perspective. When anti-free speech zealots, whose self-declared mission is to shut down Rumble, lie to self-inflict intentional economic harm on our company, we have no choice but to hold them accountable, said Rumble chairman sorry. And CEO Chris Pavlovsky. Defamation is not free speech. We have filed this lawsuit because we are responsible for our shareholders, creators, users, and advertisers to act and not sit idly by when someone attacks our company's reputation solely to silence differing political views. Our mission requires it. Jami has a track record of launching pressured campaigns against advertisers on other outlets, including Fox News, Breitbart, and has worked with Media Matters, the hyper-partisan organization that also attempts to hound advertisers to stop spending on outlets that support the free exchange of ideas. The lawsuit alleges that Jami and Adkin cannot tolerate Rumble's content neutral philosophy and wants competing points of view to be silenced. As cited in the lawsuit, defendants accuse Rumble of lying to its shareholders in the Securities and Exchange Commissions about the company's financial health and source of its revenue. Defendants have repeatedly peddled the false narrative that Rumble is primarily monetized by and wholly dependent upon revenue from Google Ads, when in reality, Google Ads now represent less than 1% of the company's revenue. The suit states, this narrative is particularly damaging to Rumble. The notion that Rumble is heavily dependent on ad revenue from Google is wholly inconsistent with Rumble's politically stated mission to be free from the political and economic pressures of big tech. It is equally damaging to Rumble because it falsely attributes a material and existential financial risk to the company. That defendant's stated mission to eliminate Rumble's Google ad revenues will cause Rumble's financial collapse. The suit also points out that the defendants knew their claims about Rumble's reliance on Google ad revenue for survival was false, and the defendants refused to correct their statements when Rumble demanded a retraction. In the suit, Rumble is seeking actual, presumed, and punitive damages. In addition to all costs and fees associated with the case, Rumble has asked the court to prohibit the defendants from repeating their false statements and for any other remedies deemed appropriate. The lawsuit closely follows one filed by X against Media Matters, Truth Social, another social media company. Similarly, has sued 20 media outlets. The irony is that the defendants piously claim to be in the business of protecting all of us from discrimination, but they're the ones lying to the public. This lawsuit opens another front in the ongoing war against censorship, much like X recently filed suit against Media Matters, another entity that tries to shut down dissent online. True Social's lawsuit against 20 media outlets. And for those of us who value free expression and the free exchange of ideas, it is important to stand up to bullies and people who lie and use intimidation tactics. Again, are most assuredly bullies, just as they are enemies of free speech. Okay, so there you go. That's Rumble's lawsuit. A lot of these social media companies that don't really do much are actually starting to stand up to themselves, which is really good to see. Really tired of people that just I really don't understand, just hate the idea of people talking online freely. Sorry. God, just my mic. There we go. Sorry about that. I did adjust this thing. All right. Anyways. So yeah, it's nice seeing a lot of these companies that are going and starting to fight back, especially ones that purport free speech and they're not bowing to their censors. It's really good to see, is all. I'm just gonna retweet this out because I wanted to. But yeah, so there we go. That's what happened. I called an audible. Decided to talk about this real quick. Um, but yeah, continue to support Rumble if you're watching me on Rumble. Watching your even not me, any of your favorite content creators on Rumble. Support them. Give them a like. Give them a share. Give them a follow. Whatever it is. And buy Rumble stock. It's really cheap right now. It's like $5. Get in on it. Buy a bunch of Rumble stock. Because Rumble may soon be the new YouTube. If they keep growing and doing better and better. They used to be shit. Now they're doing a lot better. All right. So, on to what I was really going to talk about during the show. Again, this isn't like some big major thing that just popped up or anything like that. It was just something funny. So, I don't know. So basically, again, if you guys don't remember this kid, a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, was called black, was called out, quote unquote, for doing blackface. And it turns out, no, he wasn't doing blackface. He was just wearing his team's colors, which is black and red. So one side of his face was black, the other side of his face is red. And then he was wearing a headdress, a Native American headdress. Also turns out the kid's Native American. So here's that. So he's got his red side all taken care of, the black side. Clearly, again, anyone who's watched any sport event ever knows people like to paint their faces their team colors. So apparently, a bunch of black players. You see this evil black-faced kid, and they ended up comping him. You could see it earlier on. Here. But yeah, you see him? See, there's a bunch of the black players. They're copying him. They see he's a fan. They're not offended that he's wearing black and red. So again, it wasn't a major development. It was just an additional funny thing. The fact that this dude, Karen J. Phillips, who writes for a sports news outlet, doesn't understand people like to paint themselves the color of their favorite teams. And then he tried to imply, him wearing, the headdress and red was also being racist against Native Americans. Well, it turns out the kid's also a Native American, which is fuck to me. All right, so let's get on to the real news. So Elon had this to say. He did an interview and he talked about various people on his platform trying to blackmail him. I believe this is the clip. Oh no, let's find it out.
Apology tour, if you will. This had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how
This
I
guy's
feel.
lost for words.
Don't advertise.
How do you think then about apology tour, if you will?
I like how the interview is just shocked. He's like, fuck. He's just like, shit, he just said that. Is he allowed to say that on here? Can he say go fuck yourself? But yeah, so Elon is making his views very clear. Go fuck yourself, advertisers. If you want to try and blackmail me to do what you want, go fuck yourselves, which is good. It's a good attitude. I like that attitude. Everyone should have that attitude. Every time an advertiser or someone tells you to go do something, do it anyways, unless you agree with them. And if you agree with them, cool. Leave everyone the fuck out of it. Like the Marvel movies. I don't like the Marvel movies anymore. I don't think you should waste your money to go see them. There's no story. There's no plot line anymore. But I'm not going to go out of my way to argue with to try and get them canceled or anything. I don't care. I think it's going to take care of itself eventually, anyways. But you see this a lot nowadays on platforms. Advertisers or like we just read in the Rumble lawsuit, people that will try to use advertisers to try and blackmail a company. Because you fuck with, the best way to, to control a company is fuck with their money. But you see that a lot happening now is they'll try to fuck with the money, and then they'll try and, get the platform to do what they want instead of just allowing it to be what it is. And if people want to advertise with it, let them advertise with it. And people want to use it, let them use it. So I really like this response from Elon Musk. Go fuck yourself. That's a great response. That's how a lot of people should be doing it nowadays. Instead of being like Bud Light. If Bud Light was getting told, hey, you should have a transgender do your to be your spokesperson, they should have said, go fuck yourselves. What they should have said. They didn't, but that's what they should have done. But yeah, it was just funny. It was just a funny clip. Elon Musk, he's like, are you trying to blackmail the men? Go fuck yourself. W Elon. Speaking of X, I'm not really going to bring this up because I don't have an article or anything like this. But apparently the Department of Justice is demanding that Twitter X hand over a list of users who engaged with Donald Trump with Donald Trump's post in relation to Jack Smith's January 6th investigation. So, Smith demanded Twitter provided Smith demanded that Twitter provide data on on all lists of Twitter users who have favorited or retweeted posts by Trump, as well as all tweets that include the user's username associated with the account, IG mentions or replies. Jack Smith also demands the Trump's drafted tweets as well as his DMs. So that's what they want you. That's just ridiculous. Hold on. Sorry. Anyways, so if you're apparently if you interacted with Donald Trump at all, at least during January 6th, they want not only your data but also your username and everything. Like, why? Like, what purpose would it be to have someone's username or their data at all when it comes to look, it seems to me like they're grasping for straws. Like, I was like, oh, we really need something on Donald Trump, so we need some bunch of crazy people that like his shit because everyone has someone who's crazy that likes their shit. We need to have all of them come and we need their data so we can expose it to the world. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get how that's supposed to help their case. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But I don't understand it. How, like, why do you need any of that stuff? But it looks like, they're going to continue to go after Donald Trump, and they're going to go after you as well if you like some of his shit. Fortunately for me, I didn't go to get on Twitter till like after January 6th. So, kudos to me. I don't have to worry about that shit. And since Donald Trump's been back on Twitter, he hasn't posted anything. So it's not like I could really like him or reply to anything. He likes his own platform, Truth Social. No big deal. All right. So moving on. So Florida students have staged a walkout after transgender sports controversy. The walkout took place a day after 5 school staffers, including the principal, were reassigned for reportedly allowing a transgender or a trans student on the girls' volleyball team. All right. Hundreds of students at a Florida high school staged a walkout on Tuesday after the principal and several other school officials were reportedly reassigned over a transgender student's participation on the girls' volleyball team. Can't read that sign. Students at Monarch High School in Coconut Creek, about 15 miles north of Fort Lauderdale, filed out of classrooms and onto the school's football field at around noon, according to aerial footage from NBC Miami. Some held signs in favor of trans rights, while others chanted "Trans Lives Matters." Protests came a day after this high school principal, James Cecile, and 4 other staffers were reassigned to non-school sites. It also came amid an ongoing investigation by the Broward County officials as to whether the school let a transgender student compete on its girls' volleyball team, NBC reported, which would violate state law. So they did this shit even though it violated state law. What a place to fall on your sword there, dudes. Cecile could not be reached for comments. Spokesperson for Broward County Public Schools confirmed that Cecile and other staffers were reassigned pending the outcome of an investigation into allegations of improper student participation in sports, but did not specify if it was because the student was transgender. The district superintendent, Peter Licata, fielded a flurry of questions from reporters at a news conference on Tuesday regarding a transgender student participation in the high school girls volleyball team. Licata told reporters that there would be a new process for athlete eligibility going forward. Yeah, if you're going to play on, it's not a really hard process. If you want to play on a girl sport, you got to be a girl, not think you're a girl, but actually a girl. We'll have an extra level investigation, make sure everyone is eligible for the sport they're playing in all aspects, grade level, grades, so forth, and so on, he said. Also, gender, if you want to play on a girls volleyball team, you got to be a fucking chick. I don't understand why this is such controversy now. It doesn't make sense to me at all, but whatever. We'll have an extra level of investigations on making sure everyone is eligible. Oh, no, sorry. I just read that. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who is currently campaigning to be the 2024 Republican nominee for president, and he's vastly behind Donald Trump, signed a law in 2021 barring transgender girls and women, dudes, from competing on girls and women's sports teams in public schools. More than 20 other states have similar laws restricting trans athletes participating in school sports. A representative from the Florida governor's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. A lawsuit was filed on June 2021 against the governor, the school board of Broward County, and several other Florida officials, arguing that the measures violate Title. What is that? Title 9? Is that Title 9? Or is that Title 11? I don't know. Title 9, maybe. I don't know. Let me check that out. Title 9. Man, I have a good guess. I'm a good guesser. Good for me. A landmark civil rights law that prevents sex-based discrimination at any school that receives funding from the federal government. Plaintiff in the lawsuit, which a federal judge rejected earlier this month, was a teenage girl who intended to try out for her public schools volleyball team in Broward County and was only identified by her initials DN. So, a teenage boy? I'm assuming? Because it doesn't say whose public school volleyball teams. Because I'm pretty sure there's boy volleyball teams. Am I wrong? It's been a minute since I've been in high school, so I don't know. Attorneys for the unnamed transgender girl did not immediately returned a request for comment. When asked if the student in question was the same student referred to in the lawsuit, Licata said he was unaware of the suit's existence. Well, that's a lie. Of course he's aware of it, but he didn't want to answer it. So probably is. Attorneys for the unnamed trans girl did not immediately return a request for comment. When asked if the student question, Anna Fosco, president of the Broward Teachers Union, suggested that staffers being reassigned might not have known they were breaking the law by allowing a trans student to compete on the team. Yeah, sure. It's getting harder and harder for our educators to really understand everything that's happening. I'm pretty sure saying, having a ban on transgenders, people from participating in sports that they're not their gender, i.e., a biological male playing in a woman's team. I'm pretty sure that I don't think that's really hard to understand. So I don't agree that it's hard to understand. And if they can't really understand that, they don't really understand it. Maybe they shouldn't be educators. Just saying. Our teachers don't always understand new laws that come out, old laws that have been out. She added, they just want to show up and be the teacher, the coach, the counselor to help a student thrive. Well, then these school districts should probably have lawyers to help make it into a more simple language so they can understand, A, don't let someone who's not a chick play on the girls' volleyball team. Maybe they should make it sound like, something simple like that. Licata said it was unclear if the principal or staffers were aware they were breaking the law, which will be part of their investigation. So there you go. So a bunch of impressionable teens decided to do a walkout about it. And let's be honest, they didn't really give two shits. Let's be honest, all right? These are kids, right? These are kids. Kids are dumb. Kids are lazy. They didn't walk out because they actually care about this shit. They walked out because, hey, I can get out of class if I participate in this. That's how I did a lot of my political shit. If I did any. There's a walkout. I did it because, hey, I can get out of class. That's what's going through most of these kids' heads. So let's just keep it a stack. All right, let's keep it honest. Like a majority of the students that did a walkout did not care two shits what was going on. They just wanted to get out of class. Let's be real. All right. I think we can all understand and agree that that's what's really happened for a majority of those students. All right. Continuing on. So this was great news. Hundreds of dangerous vaginal tightening syringes seized at Minneapolis airport. 2,500 syringes of dangerous vaginal tightening gel were seized at Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. This is going to be hilarious. Authorities at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport seized a large shipment last week of hundreds of syringes of what they say is a dangerous and unapproved vaginal tightening gel. Apparently, Minneapolis has a lot of loose pussy. According to a press release from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, on November 20th, agents inspected a shipment arriving from Hong Kong manifested as vaginal tightening gel that was bound for a Woodbury residence. Okay, so someone in a Woodbury residence has a very loose pussy. Apparently, there's a 304 that lives there. Agents say the shipment was found to contain commercially quantities of a gel inside, injectable, and required the users to wear chemical-resistant gloves when handling them. Hold on, ladies. So apparently, to handle this shit, you're supposed to wear chemically resistant gloves, and you want to inject that into your vagina? Dear Lord. The package contains the cosmetic gel we were found in pink packaging and appeared to be ready for resale, according to the agent. Officers say the syringes been sold. Has the syringes been sold? The total domestic value would have been over $19,000. So there you go. That's oh man, apparently girls are really trying hard to sell that purity crap. CBP says the gel is in violation of Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. This dangerous shipment is another example of someone using unregulated gels to prey on unknown consumers with false promises, said LaFonda D. Sutton Burke. God damn, it is a long ass name. Director Field Operations Chicago Field Office. Not knowing that you are inserting in your body can be deadly. And consumers believe they are getting a discount when in fact they're purchasing an inferior product with unapproved ingredients. So wait, there's a non-inferior product, there's a better product to tighten up your vagina. That's hilarious. That is fucking funny. So, apparently chicks are really trying to sell that purity stuff. They really want you to think they're pure. So they're trying to inject gel to tighten up that loose pussy of theirs. Look, guys, if you want a tight pussy, just marry a virgin. Oh, man. That's funny as fuck. All right. And then, so that's Minneapolis. Here comes Texas school district with a bigger egg on their face. Texas school district removes convicted prostitute from multiple roles. That's school rules, schools positions. Come on, don't be dirty, y'all. Including oversight of sex ed. I mean, in all fairness, out of everyone, she knows what she's talking about. So maybe she should be in sex ed. I'm just saying. Godly ISD appointed friendly and personable woman to communities unaware of her prostitution convictions. How? Do schools not do background checks anymore? Was she just like, did she flash them her tits and they just were like, oh, you don't need a background check now? Oh. The godly, apparently not that godly. Godly text. I mean, they actually kind of are godly. I mean, Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. She was convicted too. The godly Texas school district removed a woman appointed to assist with deciding things like age-appropriate material for sex education after learning she was a convicted prostitute. Yeah, I'm sure her age-appropriate material for sex ed, it was a link to her OnlyFans. Let me show you in videos how I can demonstrate how to do safe sex. Fox 4, Dallas Fort Worth, reported that the woman identified as Ashley Ketcherside also advertised online as an escort, with one site listing one of her personas as active last month. The issues raised concern for others about background checks in godly independent school district. Apparently, it's not that fucking great across the state, according to the news report. So this is her. So I guess the question is, people, would you pay to hit that? I don't know. Maybe the picture's not good. I wouldn't pay to hit that. Not a good amount, at least. Definitely would wear a condom. Oh, we had no idea about her personal life. She was always very friendly and personable. Godly ISD school board trustee Kayla Lonnie told the station. Mary Lowe of the nonprofit Families Engaged for Effective Education commented on Ketcherside's being a convicted prostitute and working on a council that recommends appropriate grade levels and methods of human sexuality instructions within the district. Again, to be fair, she knows a lot about, human sex, and, she probably had a few STDs, at least the curable ones. Hopefully she knows how to put on a condom. I don't see why any committee wanting to be I don't see any committee wanting that to be the standard for their school district, she said. Ketcherside sat in on School Health Advisory Council, SHAC, meetings in October, which the state requires by law for school districts to have. The councils are in place to provide recommendations to school board on a wide range of health educational education protocols for students like appropriate grade levels, curriculum for instructions regarding sex trafficking. Yeah, that was random. Lane told the news station that she was made aware of Ketcherside's history of prostitution by Lowe and the nonprofit of which Lowe is a member. Ketcherside can be seen in an Godly ISD YouTube video of the council's first meeting of the year in October. In the minutes, she is listed as a committee member. Members are appointed to council by the school board, a district spokesperson said. The district told Fox 4 that each member of the shack is appointed by the school board. Although Ketcherside was listed as a member of Shack online and was seen on video sitting at the meeting table, the district said it was a mistake and that she did not go through the approval process. Apparently, she didn't go through very much process. Hold on. The district spokesperson said Ketcherside's family joined the school district this year, and she was appointed to the Long Range Facility Planning Committee by Godly ISD Superintendent Rich Deere. Ketcherside also reportedly served as a volunteer on the Community Engagement Committee, Parent-Teacher Organization, and Godly Athletic Booster Club, on which her husband also serves. She's married. What a simp. In addition to those groups, Ashley Ketcherside also leads a local cheerleading group, Godly ISD noted. Okay. So she also leads a cheerleading group. So, she's probably, the madam of those cheerleaders, let's be honest. Lowe told Fox News that parents started to become suspicious of Ketcherside after she claimed to own multiple businesses, though information about the businesses could not be located. Out of suspicion, Lowe said, people started to investigate Ketcherside's background and learned from a LexisNexis search that one of her email addresses matched the same email address as Lola Brea on an escort site. So there you go, ladies. If you're going to be a hoe and a prostitute, make sure you have a dedicated hooker email. Don't list it on the school one. The station obtained court records from Tarrant County that revealed Ashley Ketcherside, whose birth name is Ashley Villalobos, was convicted of prostitution in 2012 and 2016, and an affidavit claims she is also known as Lola Brea. According to one escort site that advertises Lola Brea, she was active last month, and her client reviews from this year and dating back a decade. Escort sites are legal in Texas, and theoretically, escorts are charging for companionship and time. But as soon as money is exchanged for sex, the act becomes prostitution. In another matter, a judge in 2016 signed an injunction not permitting specific children to visit any place of Ashley Villalobos' residence due to her being a known prostitute. But she apparently found a way into a school. Part of the investigation findings, Godly SD told Fox 4, they notified the parent that they can no longer serve as district committees or in any other voluntary capacities effective immediately. But when asked if background checks were required for any position Ketcherside served in, the district replied yes. Obviously, the district would not knowingly allow anyone to work in a staff position or to volunteer with certain criminal convictions in their background, the district told Fox 4. Lowe also said the convictions would not show up in a background check because they were misdemeanors. Oh, okay. Yeah, I doubt that. She added that the state needs to look at this with regard to how people were screened when participating in schools. Whistleblowers wanted to be clear that the story is not about prostitution, but instead about the lack of oversight. We do feel like there are lots of changes that need to happen at the state level as well as local level. So there we go. Look, let's be honest, all right? The reason she didn't have a background check or the background check didn't check for misdemeanors or whatever that shit is, because she was probably fucking the dude that was pointing her. Look, I'll suck you off. Just put me on these committees. All right. I want to be a good mom. All right. And then we'll watch the report that they did, which is probably going to be just as funny. All right, here we go.
Multiple positions within the school district because she's a convicted prostitute.
A Fox 4 investigation reveals she's also advertising herself online as an escort. Fox 4's David Santendry has more.
The discovery of a convicted prostitute being on multiple school committees and volunteer groups raises concern about background checks within Godly ISD and districts throughout the state of Texas.
But we had no idea what was going on in her personal life. She was always very friendly and personable.
A convicted prostitute actively advertising as an escort was serving on a council that recommends appropriate grade levels and methods for human sexuality instruction within Godly ISD.
And I don't see any community wanting that to be the standard for their school district.
School Health Advisory Councils, or SHACs, are required by Texas law. SHACs recommend to school boards a wide range of health education protocols for students, including appropriate grade levels and curriculum for instruction regarding sex trafficking.
And I would not want children to be subject to those type of people.
Kayla Lane is a Godly ISD board trustee. Lane was made aware of a now former SHAC member's history of prostitution by Mary Lowe, a member of the nonprofit Families Engaged for Effective Education.
And we can do better, and we must do better.
That's the other thing we need to talk about.
Can do better.
Ashley Ketcherside is shown in a Godly ISD YouTube video at the SHAC Council's first meeting of the school year in October. She's listed as a committee member in meeting minutes. Members need to be appointed by the school board to serve, according to a district spokesperson who says Ketcherside's family entered the district this year. Ketcherside was also selected by Superintendent Rich Deere to the Long Range Facility Planning Committee. She was a volunteer on the Family and Community Engagement Committee, PTO, and Godly Athletic Booster Club. Ketcherside also leads a local cheerleading group, according to Godly ISD.
All right. So now that's just basically going over what I just read, so there's no point in watching this. Look, ladies. If you think that your past doesn't matter, I'd say take a look at this woman. She was a past prostitute. Apparently, she's a current prostitute too. But still, even if she wasn't, a current prostitute, she probably still would be facing these issues. Because no one wants a fucking hooker influence their kids whatsoever. I don't care who you are. Well, if you're a good parent, you don't want it. So I guess that's not totally correct. If you're a good parent, you don't want a fucking hooker influence your kid whatsoever. There's some shitty parents out there. They hired a fucking hooker. That's hilarious. Sorry, this shit just makes me laugh. They hired a hooker. They had no idea. Oh, it doesn't, we didn't know. It doesn't show misdemeanors. Okay, but some lady from some nonprofit was able to find it out like that. Like, that just either you're just really bad at your job or you weren't trying because she was sucking your dick or something. But anyways, ladies. And these are all the porn stars, the OnlyFans girls, etc. Your past is going to follow you no matter what happens. And yeah, she's also current, but let's be honest. They weren't talking her current that much. They were really just hammering on the convicted part. So anyways, but your past is going to follow you, so you need to make good decisions. I think what's going to happen with a lot of these OnlyFans girls is they're going to have these issues as well. Although it's not illegal, OnlyFans and all that stuff, it's going to be a problem for them because no parent wants their kid anywhere near you, anywhere near that, anywhere at all, possibly interacting with, someone who's a sex worker, let's be honest. Okay. So we're gonna see a lot of these stories popping up from these OnlyFans chicks that think, oh, I'm in my 20s, I'm gonna do this, and everything's gonna be okay. And then in a few years, when they start having kids, they're gonna realize, oh shit, not everyone is okay. The fact that I did OnlyFans, and they're gonna end up, a lot of this is gonna happen. They're gonna want to participate in their schools, in their kids' schools and whatnot, and they aren't gonna be allowed because no parent wants them around them. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to point that. It's a funny fucking story, honestly. Let's be honest. This is a real fucking funny story. They hired a hooker. Oh, we didn't know that she was a hooker. Come on, some old lady from a nonprofit was able to find it, no problem. You couldn't fucking find it. It was impossible for you to find it, but some old lady who probably barely understands how the internet works was able to find it. Get real. All right, let's move on. But sorry again. But like I keep saying, your past does matter a lot, ladies. And when you have a shitty past, you're gonna have issues. I mean, you see the these men's podcasts, Fresh and Fit, etc. Whatever, I guess. You see these red pill stuff. They're telling these chicks these things, and these girls don't believe that their past is going to define them or anything like this. The past definitely does define you, and you're gonna run into issues. You're gonna want to start participating in your community again, and no one's gonna want you around because you're because of what you did in the past. Sorry, it sucks. It sucks, but it is what it is. So just pay attention and realize you need to make better decisions. All right, moving on. Let's check this out. All right, so this is apparently this happened before, at some point, but dad and stepdad get into a dispute over custody arrangements. The father, Chad Reed, was shot and did not survive. No charges were filed against the stepfather, Kyle Caruth, who was protected under the castle doctrine. Opinion, good shit, bad. Okay, let's check this out.
From you and fucking.
This is on video. Get off of the property.
Where's my son?
Her ex-husband has showed up.
Get off of my property. I'll go get him. I'm supposed to have him at 3:15. And you're playing games telling me that I can pick him up at 6? I'm going to have to call him. I've already got the pump on the way to your mom's house. Because that's probably where he is. It's not when I'm done working. I get him at 3:15. I get him at 3:15. I don't care if you wanted to see him or not. I get him at 3:15. If you want to see him, you see him up until 3:15. You keep trying to keep my son from me. I'm fixing to drag you and Anne Marie and everybody else into court. I'm subpoenaing your mom. I'm subpoenaing Anne Marie on video. Leave. Do it. Right. You better fucking use it, motherfucker. Because goddamn it, I'll take it from you and fucking
Call the police. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. I have it on video, Kyle. You did it, not him.
I told all of y'all to leave.
We came to get his son.
He's not here.
Dude, this chick's fairly calm after seeing, I don't know, her boyfriend, husband, whatever, just get killed dead. It's kind of fucking scary. This chick is extremely calm over just seeing someone die. That's kind of it's a bit of a red flag to me, honestly.
She should have told that. She should have told that.
None of y'all should be here. None of y'all should be here. I asked you to leave. I did everything. I did not want to do any of this.
911.
Okay, that's her husband. So that's this lady's response to seeing her husband get murdered in front of her is a very, very chill and calm response. I'd be a little concerned if that was my wife. If her response to me watching me get killed was a very calm response. Now you hear the scream. All right. So let's see. We're gonna turn that off. We're not gonna listen to any more of it. All right. So they're chest to chest. They're arguing. Now he came out like, it is his property and everything, but he came out with a gun. Okay. The situation didn't warrant a gun. Okay. The man, although he was aggressive, was not physically aggressive. He was more verbally aggressive. Okay. So he wasn't, actively doing something that would harm them. He was being verbally aggressive. Okay. He was angry, irate, but, it didn't warrant going in and grabbing a gun, in my opinion. Now, hold on, backing that up real quick. So, okay, hold on. Keep forgetting I can do this shit too. So they're arguing back and forth. Again, this is all verbal. None of it has been very physical far, besides the whole chest bumping and shit. And I never understand the whole chest bumping shit. Now he grabs the gun, and spins him away. Okay? So he grabs the gun, spins away. It doesn't look like he's holding on to the gun and trying to take the gun away from him. He grabbed the gun and threw the guy. It looks more like he used the leverage on the gun to throw that guy further. It didn't look to me like he actually grabbed the gun and was holding on to it and was trying to take the gun away. Which, had he done that, would have been a better argument for self-defense, as he was actively trying to take my gun, so I shot him to prevent that. Similar to the Rittenhouse one. Okay? Now. Okay, let's watch that. So he spins him away, doesn't seem to hold on to the gun. He's standing there, and then he gets shot. Okay? So there we go. So, I mean, at least in that video right there, he doesn't do any aggressive movement towards the guy. Okay? Guy was a safe distance away. Yes, he just got physically moved out of the way, but the guy wasn't going after him. He grabbed him, threw him, to the distance, and and then stood where he was. All right, so let's get the wider view of this. Okay, so chest bump and bump. Again, he hasn't really done anything physically violent. They are doing that chest bump thing, but he's technically in his face too. They're arguing, being aggro. Okay, so they're fine, arguing, aggro. And then his aunt appears to reach for the gun, and the guy moves it around. All right. And then he points it to the ground, and I believe that there was a shot there. Let me see if I can get that right. Hold on. Call 911. Call 911. Okay, so there was a shot there. I'm pretty sure that was a shot. So he just shot, and then the guy again takes a step, confronts him. They do chest to chest. He grabs him, grabs the gun, tosses him, and again, like from this video, you can't really see it, but again, from the other side, it doesn't really look like he was holding on to the gun, trying to take the gun away. So he gets thrown a distance. He has big distance. The guy stands there, and then he shoots. I don't think this is a good shoot. I mean, he wasn't convicted because of castle doctrine, which So castle doctrine is also known as castle law or defensive habitation law, is a legal doctrine that designates the person, abode, or any legally occupied place, for example, a vehicle or home, as a place in which the person has protections and immunities permitting one, in certain circumstances, to use force up to and including deadly force to defend oneself against an intruder, free from legal prosecution for the consequences of the force used. Okay, so that's castle doctrine. So this guy wasn't found, guilty, or wasn't charged because of castle doctrine. But if he was charged and went to trial, I don't think this would have been found as a good shoot. Yes, guy stepped up on him, they're chest to chest, but he didn't do anything that warranted going and getting a gun. Okay, he wasn't, aggressively, he was yelling. That's all he was really doing, yelling. Now, I'm not saying the guy couldn't have gone and gotten a gun. I'm just saying he didn't really warrant, in my opinion, bringing the shotgun out. I don't think he did anything that warranted that. If he started making a lot of aggressive movements and stuff, that would have been a different story. But he didn't do that at all. He was yelling a lot. And then, now he did look like he was trying to grab the gun or something, but he didn't. I guess he wasn't trying that hard because the guy just did this and he didn't get it. And the only time he really grabbed the gun was when he wanted to toss the guy a distance away. And again, on the other side of the video that we're watching, it didn't look like he held onto it to try and take it from him. So the guy just got thrown, and then the guy who got shot just stood there and kept yelling, and that's when he got shot. This isn't a good shoot, in my opinion. This is a bad shoot, and it is what it is. This probably was more of a case of get the police involved and get this guy off my property. I'd be down even if having a weapon nearby, in the door, on the door next to it, so you could reach out, grab it real quick if you needed it. But I don't think he needed to bring the whole goddamn thing out. That seemed to escalate the situation far more than de-escalate. What they should have done, and again, hindsight's 20/20. What they should have done is he's here, you can go get him from there. If you have a problem, talk to the cops or take us to court, and then go back inside and lock the door and call the cops. So what should have been done. You shouldn't be arguing with someone. And all this guy wanted to do was get his kid, apparently, and I guess his kid was over at his mother-in-law's place or her mom's place. So I don't know what's going on there, but apparently the guy just wanted to get his kid, and the lady was being a cunt and was like, "Whoa, I don't even know what her issue was." But yeah, I think that was a bad shoot and is basically my bottom line of it. And it kind of proves, dude, don't get with single moms. You got to deal with this headache. Some aggro dad, wanting to see his kid and the mom's being a cunt. At least that's what the video appears to be to me. The mom's being a cunt about it. But yeah, they just, walk away, lock the doors. It's what again, in the nothing seems to escalate to the requirement of a firearm, of actual fear of safety. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, the entire time, we watched the video. Again, it just, to me, it didn't seem like there was anything that warranted an actual use of to actually go grab a firearm. There wasn't an articulable need to defend oneself with the deadly force. Yes, he grabbed him and tossed him, okay, but he didn't go after him. He didn't continue with the attempt to attack this guy, I think, is basically what I'm getting at. And I don't think you necessarily need that. You just need to be able to articulate why you fired and everything. but I don't know. And yeah, he was saying some shit, all again, I just don't think I'm watching this. I don't think this was a good shoot. That's basically it. All right, let's move on. Now we're going to look at some badass. Okay. This guy's the epitome of, hold my beer. I got that. All right. This is a cop.
Madison.
So as we can hear, we heard some gunshots going on, police response. This guy, again, let's watch this. Let's watch this. Pulls up, puts his coffee over there, throws it in the park. No hurry whatsoever. Okay, so we can hear a lot of gunshots going on.
All right, be reloaded. Reloaded. Are those shots coming from the outside? I don't know.
X-ray 316. Shot fired. Suspects down.
Madison.
Look, that guy, that's the kind of cop you want, all right? Cool, calm, collect. Just takes every care in the world. Just completely cool under pressure. This cop's seen some shit. He's completely cool under pressure. Puts his coffee away. Goes to the back. Grabs his rifle. Looks at him. Takes aim. Pow. Guy's down. It's kind of what you want in cops. It's how, normally, and, don't get me wrong. I completely understand why cops get all they're all panicking. They're, they got the adrenaline going up and everything like that. I get it. Don't worry. I'm not knocking cops for having that response. Very biological response. Understandable response. But this guy here, he was just ready. He just grabs it. Pow. Shots fired. Suspect down. It's what we all want in our cops, right? But anyways, I just want to show this video of some badass guy. He was just like, I'm ready. Taking this guy out. Fortunately, he had to shoot someone. Unfortunately, but apparently this guy was actively trying to kill people. Apparently, not that I know anything about this case, but considering he was an active shooter, he was shooting at something, and that if you fire a gun, people, there's a chance, a possibility that you're going to kill someone. All right, so moving on. Last but not least, Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago blames the city migrant crisis. If you don't know, Chicago's having a bit of a migrant crisis. There's a lot of people coming in. The citizens are not happy about it. So what does mayor do? Does he take responsibility and say we're gonna work on this and make it so things are a little better, maybe deport some of these people? No, he blames far right, January 6th, and not accepting Civil War outcome. I really hope I can hear how he makes those leaps, because I am just dying to know at this point.
What we've seen is a very raggedy form instituted by right-wing extremism. Everyone knows that the right-wing extremism in this country has targeted democratically ran cities. And quite frankly, they've been very intentional about going after democratically ran cities that are led by people of color. And their whole motivation is to create disruption and chaos, because that's what that particular party has been about. Right? This is the same political party that did not want to accept that President Obama was actually an American. It's the same Republican right-wing extremism that stormed the Capitol. It's the same right-wing extremism that refuses to accept the results of the Civil War. It's raggedy. It's disrespectful. It's mean-spirited. It's an unclean spirit, quite frankly. And so I got you. I just want to, what we've seen is a very
what the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? So your migrant crisis is because of far right racist people that what? What? That doesn't make any sense to me. That makes no logical sense to me. And I'm a logical person, so that's probably why it doesn't make any sense to me. Because what it is a guy who knows he's fucking up, and instead of taking accountability for his actions, is trying to blame people that have nothing to do with it. Far right extreme. Look, far right people didn't make you accept a bunch of migrants in that are causing issues in your city. Far right people didn't, make you a sanctuary city that you would have these issues. That was all your decisions, Democratic decisions. And I'm guessing his implication of the far right stuff is he's implying because Texas has been shipping, these illegal aliens. They've been taking the illegal aliens, shipping them to sanctuary cities like New York and all that stuff. And New York is realizing, oh shit, it sounds all nice and good when we say we're sanctuary cities and whatnot. But it turns out it's a bad fucking idea because it ends up ruining our goddamn city. Because there's so many people, we can't handle them all. We don't have the ability to handle it. But it sounds really good when we say, hey, we're a sanctuary city. So all Texas has done in Florida, other places that, Republican states that decided to just start doing this shit. I know Texas is a big one. There might be others. I don't know. All Texas has done is just call these sanctuary cities bluff. They're like, all right, you want to be sanctuary cities? Cool. We'll send them your way and you guys can deal with it. And now these sanctuary democratic cities are realizing, oh shit, this is not great. It sounded good before, but it is not good at all. We are having issues here. Our crime is increasing. Shocking. So I don't understand how this mayor made the leap to. The reason this is a crisis is because of far-right extremists who stormed the Capitol and don't accept the Civil War outcome. What? Such a lack of accountability there. Like, it could have been simple. We made bad decisions. We're going to look into them and may probably, end up not being like we are. No, we're going to be sanctuary. I don't know. I don't get the leap. I really don't get the leap. But, what can you do except laugh at him? What a fucking idiot. All right. So, before I get going, just want to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you follow me at official W Ghost on X. It's the best way to follow me. See when I go live. Watch my tweets. Been tweeting out a little more. Nothing like, philosophy or nothing like, great or anything, but, just tweeting. Make sure you obviously follow me here on Rumble, rumble.com/withghost, and my gaming channel, rumble.com/gamingwithghost. So check me out there. Give me a follow, give the video a like, and yeah. I hope you all have a good day. And also, again, check out Coffee Brand Coffee. It's an affiliate of what I'm affiliated with. Great coffee. You see me drinking from my coffee cup. It's Coffee Brand Coffee. I'm drinking French toast currently. It is delicious. They have dark roast and all that other type of coffees that you may or may not like. Various flavors. If you don't like coffee, they have tea and they have hot chocolate. They got some snacks, mostly nuts and saltwater taffies. Check them out. My referral code and coupon code are in the link in the description. Dear Lord, those links are in the description. They give you 5% off. If you do a subscription, they give you 10% off. So there you go. I hope you have a good day. Peace out and see you later. And thanks for watching the video. Peace.